Alright everyone, I want to give a short review of one of my revolvers, one of my summer carry revolvers, the Smith & Wesson 351C, chambered in .22 Magnum. I'll give my quick thoughts of the gun and my purpose of use. For me, my purpose of use is summer carry, as I stated earlier. Typically I'll carry the Smith & Wesson pocket, or occasionally on the hip, which is the most comfortable way. The gun weighs maybe 10 ounces, and even loaded with .22 Magnum, it doesn't weigh more than 12 ounces. So extremely light firearm when I don't want to carry something a little heavier like the LCR, which is still very light. But if I want to carry it, all day long, and something I don't want to really pay attention to, this is the gun that I'll put in there. Again, folks will debate the .22 Magnum. Here I have the Hornady 45 grain critical defense, which performs very well out of the gun. Very accurate, although not great sights on it. It does have the big dot sight on the front. It's good for up close, not a target shooting gun by no means. It's a J frame like any other J. U-notch rear sights. I just kind of dabbed a little white on those to help me pick up the front a little bit better. Chambered 7 rounds, .22 Magnum. The grip, standard boot grip, Smith & Wesson. Real nice though. Such a low recoil on it. You don't really need the extra finger on it. Little slab sides on it. It's a very nice firearm overall, like any other Smith & Wesson, a quality firearm. Overall, good weapon. A bit pricey though. This one I think I paid right around $700 for, and I know that's a lot. I bought it brand new, one of those firearms that I kind of bought on a whim, but it serves its purpose. Again, a good pocket carry or on the hip if you choose to. I've had pretty good success with it at the range. Anything inside of 7 meters or closer, it's the thing spot on, just like most J-frames that I do have from Smith, some of their other air weights and air lights. Quality weapon. The one thing, and I say the biggest negative with this particular revolver, was the trigger. The trigger out of the box, and maybe because they're rimfire not centerfire, was extremely heavy. This trigger pull was, I want to say, 18 pounds. It was something that was ridiculous. So I went to Wolf Springs and got different springs, and I put I want to say 11 or 12 pound in, and it wouldn't reset properly. So I have a 13 pound in there, which is the best you can get and still get a proper reset on the weapon. I've had any light primer strikes or anything like that. Everything's fired really well with that 13 pound pull on it. But that would be the one big negative with this firearm compared to the Ruger LCR .22 Magnum. That trigger is like all the LCRs. It's like glass. It's absolutely beautiful. But you get 6 rounds of ice, 7 rounds here, and then the weight on the LCR is the same as the 357. It's like 17 ounces, and here you're getting a package in under 10 ounces. Just with the poor trigger pull. I shouldn't say the trigger's poor. It's just the weight on it is substantial. Even at 13 pounds, that's a substantial trigger pull. So you definitely have to practice with it. This would be one of those J-frames that you really have to get to the range and practice with. But once you get it, it's just like any other Smith & Wesson. Good firearm. So that's my short review on the Smith & Wesson 351C.